going to begin with just a little rocking of the foot to open the hips. So taking your right arm underneath the right leg, just taking hold of the foot and just very, very gently and slowly rocking that leg. I call this rocking the baby. A little higher and then down, then to the other leg. It's just if you're going to come sit into lotus or cross-legged, it's quite nice actually. I can feel my hips from yesterday's class. And then coming down. So, lotus position. Good. Just take that from underneath and see if it feels any different. So lotus is when you bring your feet up onto the legs. So sometimes first thing in the morning, it's a little tricky to bring yourself into lotus. So if this doesn't feel good, listen to your body, listen to your feedback it's trying to give you. It's trying to say no. So if it's saying no, then it's no. I don't want to push you. You don't want to push yourself in any way that's not right. So listen to that feedback and take notice, and then take action accordingly. And the same with any part of the class. If you feel discomfort or any pain, then come out of the posture, take a little break, come into child's pose. You can even extend the arms forwards in child's pose and just catch breath and recover. So there's nothing, in fact, there's everything right with that, nothing wrong. It's just important to listen to our bodies and do what's right for us. It's your practice, there's no ego, competition, all of that stuff, criticism, self-criticism. It's all about doing what's right for you. A little bit of challenge is good. Challenge is healthy, but not in a dangerous or harmful way. So remember, ahimsa, non-violence towards yourself. So let's bring ourselves a little bit more into this present moment. So letting go of everything that's happened right up to now. And begin to close the eyes. Just shutting down the eyes begins to close down everything that's happening outside of your space. And bringing yourself slowly inwards as you take your introspective practice, which is our yoga, union of body, mind and spirit. So you can choose to take the hands onto the knees with the palms facing up. Maybe bringing the pointer finger and thumb together and spreading the remaining fingers open. So just bringing your universal consciousness, your consciousness together. Starting to notice and feel the sensations of the breath. Just paying attention to fresh new air that's entering the body through the nostrils, filling up the lungs. Maybe noticing the whole body breathing. So feeling the breath extend into every part of your body. Feel the sensation of the chest expanding, the ribcage widen, the belly rise as you breathe in deeply. Take a little pause at the top of your breath. Just hold it there. And then very gently release the breath out. Soften, release, let go. Gently breathing in deeply. Hold, pause, and then let go. Let's take another deep breath in. Hold, pause, and then let the breath go. So beginning to lengthen the inhale and exhale, taking a little pause between the breath in and out. Just really anchoring yourself, gluing yourself to that breath. Really follow it closely and kindly. And if any thoughts or distractions, whether it be noise outside of the room or any sensation in the body tries to pull on your attention, just reattach yourself to noticing the breath. Just knowing that you can follow that breath one after the other. And if you get distracted again, come back to the breath. It's okay. It's perfectly normal. Beginning to wake up your bandhas. So squeezing and lifting into Mula Bandha. So feel that drawing inwards. So squeezing on that muscle that prevents us from having a pee. Squeeze and lift energetically upwards. In and up. And then on your next breath out, Uddiyana Bandha joins in with drawing navel to spine. So bringing these two energies together, imagine Mula Bandha cinching in and pulling up. And then with that comes in Uddiyana Bandha. These two join and you pull them up together towards your heart center. So feel that strong energy coming in and lifting. So before we start to move with our breath, with our asanas, let's take this opportunity to set a positive intention. Something personal to you that deeply resonates for you, to you, in this present moment. And then repeat that detailed visual of your intention, your sankalpa, your resolve, quietly and silently to your inner mind's eye 3 times. I am. Feel in your sankalpa. Picture it strongly and definitely. Slowly opening up the eyes. Releasing the hands. Releasing the feet forwards. If you've come into Padmasana, lotus position, then extend the legs in front of you into Dandasana. So before we begin to move too much, make sure you have your blocks ready at the tops of your mats and your straps. So sitting tall. If you feel you need to take a block underneath the bottom for this, then please do so. Taking the hands at either side of the buttocks, drawing the elbows in close to the body, pushing your back against an imaginary wall behind you. Draw the toes towards you, begin to really switch on the thighs. Feel the legs fully engage, engaging Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha. Draw your chin towards your chest. Really feeling now that Ujjayi breath. So swirling the breath in the back of the throat, energetic and sort of warming of the breath. Really focused breath. Let's just take 5 deep, strong breaths here and take your drishti, your focus to your big toes. Feel the length in the back of the neck. Working those bandhas here, keep squeezing and lifting. 2 more breaths. Feel as though somebody's pulling you from the crown of the head up to the sky. Last deep breath in. Exhale, release. Bringing the legs, crossing the legs, and then gently rolling over onto the knees. Use your hands to assist you. Step your feet back into a plank just for a brief second, and then coming into your downward facing dog. So spreading your fingers wide, pointer finger or middle finger facing forwards. Take the thumbs higher up than the little fingers so that you're spinning the inner creases of the arms forwards, not completely forwards, but sort of an external rotation of the upper arms. So we're open through the chest across the collarbones. And begin to walk out your dog. So starting to warm up the feet, the ankles, a little stretch into the Achilles heel, into the calves, into the backs of the knees. Remembering your bandhas, keep them engaged. Just a gentle squeeze, lift, keeping the support in the lower body. And then spinning on the feet side to side, wagging your tail. So keeping the arms and the shoulders completely static. All of the movement happening in the lower half of the body. Now stop on one side, just take a pause there, a couple of breaths. Feel a lovely stretch from the hand all the way down the arm, all the way across the shoulder, down the side body, in, down towards the hip, over to the other side. Then coming to center. Just going to do a little wake up for the hips. So very gently, without lifting the leg very high, take the right leg up towards the sky with the leg bent. And then just circles with the knees in 2 directions. So do like 2 or 3 one way, and then 2 or 3 the other way. So just circling the knee, just feeling the space in the hip joint. Over to the other side. Don't forget to breathe. And then replace the foot down. Look to the top of the mat, little bend in the knees. And then take some very small baby steps all the way to the top of the mat, join to the hands. Take yourself into ragdoll, so clasping opposite elbows, bend a little bit into the knees so that your belly lands onto your thighs. Feel the connection there. And then just nodding your head yes, shaking the head no, drawing some circles with the nose, both directions, just releasing the head, releasing tension from the neck, from the shoulders, taking a little bigger sway maybe if that feels nice for you today, side to side. And then dropping the hands to the earth. Imagine your feet rooting down into your mat, into the ground. Start to squeeze into the thighs. Feel a sort of roundness across the upper back. So it's like you're taking that cat position with the spine, so arching the back up, beginning to lift the belly, really lift the navel to spine. Start to curl yourself up to standing, super, super, super slow. Really, really slowly. So first, the spine, the lower back starts to stack on top of the pelvis, the mid back, the upper back, the shoulders arrive, and the head comes up fast, nice and slowly. Give your shoulders a nice generous roll back and forwards, a couple of times each way. Just respecting your body early in the morning. Just noticing and feeling all of the sensations there. Bringing the feet together or hip distance apart as we take our Surya Namaskar A. So spreading the toes, lift the toes off the mat and then replace them down. Really root all 10 toes into the earth. Lift a little bit into the inner arches of the feet. Then stacking up the legs, begin to engage the legs fully. Squeeze into the thighs, lift into the kneecaps. You'll feel those lift. Checking your neutral pelvis. So just checking if you need to give yourself a little tilt, anterior tilt. So tucking the tailbone under. Stacking those shoulders over the hips. You'll squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Feel the openness across the upper chest. Don't flare the lower ribs though in the base of the belly. And then energize the arms all the way to the fingertips. Squeeze and lift, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Feel as though somebody's pulling you from the crown of the head up to the sky, so growing super, super tall. So you're tall and strong. Tadasana, mountain pose. Big breath in, sweeping the arms wide, lifting the hands up to the sky. Look up to your thumbs as the palms come together. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan dive, gently over the legs, bend the knees to start. Drop the hands, plant the hands, head towards the legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Lift and squeeze navel to spine, flat back, gaze forwards. Ardha Uttanasana. Plant the hands, firmly step back into your plank. Dropping into the knees. As you come into your chin, chest, lifting up on an inhale into Salambhasana. So squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the gaze. Through Vinyasa, tabletop to come to Ardha Mukha. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up. Reset the feet in your downward facing dog. Remember, drishti to navel, navel to spine. Reaching the heels down, working the heels down towards the mat, though they don't have to touch, it's just the direction. And tilting the tailbone up towards the sky, so tilting the pelvis down towards the floor as the tailbone lifts. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. On your next breath in, bending into the knees, thighs come towards the belly, look to the top of the mat, step to the top. Inhale, half lift, hands to shins or to the earth. Exhale, deeply forward fold, plant the hands alongside the feet, drop the head. Root the feet, squeeze into the thighs as you lift with control all the way up to the top. Urdhva Hastasana, palms together, look up to your thumbs. Swan diving all the way down. Let's continue into Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Fingertips or hands to shins. Gaze forward, scoop the belly up. Plant the hands, step or jump into your plank, your choice. You can stick with the knees, chest, chin. As you exhale, then you inhale through Salambhasana. Looking up, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Through Vinyasa, tuck the toes. Ardha Mukha. Reset the feet. Reset the breath. Make it strong and steady. So sending the shoulders away from the ears. Little softness into the elbows. Really scoop the belly up. On your next breath in, onto the tips of the toes, tippy toes, balls of the feet. Take that belly down towards the thighs. Keep the hips lifted as you look forward. You can step, hop, or jump to the top. Exhaling. Breath in for that half lift. Forward fold, exhale. Root the feet. Squeeze into the thighs with control, lifting up. Arms wide all the way to the top. Little micro back bend, so hips forwards, arms back. Hands, swan dive, back down. Last time. Uttanasana, forward fold deeply. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands and choose to step or jump into your plank this time. Taking chaturanga maybe, or sticking with the knees, chest, chin option. Coming into full upward facing dog or sticking with hanumanasana. Exhale, driving the hips back, squeeze navel to spine. Downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Let's all take a deep breath in, really fill the lungs. Open the mouth, sigh the breath out. Deep breath in. Sigh the breath out. This time lion's breath, so sticking the tongue out, open the mouth, and also look with your eyes to your middle eye. So look between the eyebrows, so your eyes will cross. Big breath in. It looks really weird if somebody was watching you, but it feels really, really good. So releasing anything that doesn't serve you. On your next breath in, bend the knees. So on the balls of the feet, thighs towards the belly, look forwards, keep the hips high. If you hop, step, or jump to the top. Breath in, half lift. Forward fold, exhale. Breathing in, reaching up. Little micro back bend. Then hands through center from through Samasthiti. Into mountain pose. Into Surya Namaskar. Inhaling, bending the knees generously. Sweep the arms down, touch the earth with the fingertips. Coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. Forward folding, exhale. Inhaling, half lift. Plant the hands, hop, step, or jump back. Exhaling through Chaturanga, or your choice, knee stretching, yogi's choice. Ardha Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog, or keeping with that locust. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breath in, three-legged dog, right side. So just lifting the leg, nothing else moves, hips still point down. Coming on the ball of the left foot. Weight a little bit more into the hands, draw your knee into your chest, really, really strong. Touch the nose with the knee. Then lightly stepping between the hands, drop the back knee and release the back foot. Coming into Koundinyasana, low crescent lunge. So sinking into those hips, feel that nice stretch into that left leg. Then breathing in, reaching up, look between the hands. Then taking a twist over to your right, spread the arms wide, reaching the fingertips away, look to your backhand. Then bringing the arms back up, look up, and then taking them over to look towards your left foot. Reach your left hand down, and then reach that right arm up. A lovely stretch in that left hip flexor. Bring the arms up, reaching forwards. Exhale, frame the front foot, tuck the back toes. Inhale into plank, exhale lower. Chaturanga or knee suggestion, your choice. Inhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Left leg, three-legged dog. Ball of the foot, right side. Weight slightly more into the hands. Bring that, really hook that knee into your belly. In towards your chest, touch the nose. Stepping lightly between the hands. Drop the back knee. Untuck the back toes. Koundinyasana. So sink into those hips. Inhale, squeeze into the thighs. Into the glutes, look up between the hands. Then taking a twist to the left. Look to your back left hand. Reach the arms away. Then inhale, sweeping the left hand up into the top, and then bring it to the side. Then reaching your right hand down to your right leg. Reaching the left hand up to the sky. You might notice the difference between one side to the other. Feel the openness in the front body. Big inhale, sweeping that right arm back to join the top one. Reaching forwards, exhale. Tuck the back toes. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lowering down, your choice. Inhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Let's take 2 breaths together. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Exhale 4. On your next breath in, bending the knees, thighs towards belly, balls of the feet. Look forwards, exhale, step or jump to the top. Inhale, half lift, forward fold, exhale. Deeply forward, forward fold over the legs. Root the feet, squeeze into the thighs, bend into the knees, sweep those arms, touch the earth with the fingertips, then coming into chair pose. Big breath in, then exhale, forward fold. Let's move straight down. Koundinyasana. Inhale, half lift, plant the hands, step or jump back, exhale as you lower. Inhale as you lift, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Downward facing dog, exhale. Big breath in, right leg to the sky. This time let's bend the knee. Open the hip up to the side. Drawing the foot towards the buttock, the left buttock. Look under your left armpit towards your heel. Inhale back to center. Come to the ball of the left foot. Draw that knee into the chest. Look forward, step or jump. That foot forward, coming into high crescent lunge. Your Chandrasana. So you're staying on the ball of the left foot. Inhale, bending into that right leg, looking up between the hands. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. Squeeze, activate the glutes. Big breath in. Frame the front foot, exhale. Inhale, plank, strong plank. Exhale, lower with control, your choice. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Floating the left leg to the sky. Inhaling, bending the knee. Open the hip up to the left. You're sending your heel towards your right buttock, look under the right armpit. Inhale, leg, 3-legged dog to center. Come with the ball of that right foot. Draw your knee in towards your chest, a little bit of weight more into the hands. Step it forwards between the hands. Chandrasana the other side, so sinking down. So you're driving into that right leg a little bit straight, and the heel drives back. Squeeze the thighs towards each other, lifting the hands up to the sky. So this is a balance. If you wobble, that's okay. Inhale, reaching forwards. Exhale, frame the front foot. Breath into plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale into downward facing dog. Scoop the belly to spine. Drishti to navel. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Inhaling, come the balls of the feet. Knees, thighs to belly. Look to the top of the mat. Exhale, step or right, jump to the top. Inhale, half lift. Forward fold it. Exhale. Inhale, chair. Hold it here. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands, hold the breath as you step back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drive the hips back. Downward facing dog. Just briefly kicking right leg towards the sky. Come the ball of the foot. Step forwards with the right foot. Drop the back heel this time. Warrior one. One breath. Bring the hands together. Look up to your thumbs. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step it back. Inhale. Strong plank. Exhale through chaturanga if you can. Elbows tucked close to the body. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale, left leg to the sky. And then stepping it straight away forwards between the hands, drop the back heel. Warrior one, hips face forwards. Straight back leg, bend in the front leg. Look up between the hands and bring the palms together. Breath in. Exhale. Frame the front foot. Step the front foot back into plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. 2 breaths. Deep breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Sigh the breath out. On your next breath in. Balls of the feet. Bring those belly down to the thighs, look to the top of the mat, keep the hips high, step or jump to the top. Inhale, half lift. Deeply forward fold, exhale. Into chair. So, sweeping the arms forward and up. Then taking the hands to the heart center. So sinking a little bit lower. Taking a Parivrtta, Utkatasana. So squeeze the legs towards each other. Looking the left elbow across the right knee. Twisting the chest to the side. Looking over your right shoulder. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the other side. We're going to be doing a couple of variations here. Just keep the hands together for now. I've got a message. No? Let me just cancel that. Keep hold with your Utkatasana. Into the side, then come back to center. So from here, then twist over to the side again. And this time open the arms up. Look up to your top hand. Really open the chest to the side, squeeze the legs together. Back to center. Hook the right elbow over the left knee. And twist. Open the arms. So open your wings, squeeze the legs towards each other. Look up to your top hand. Hands back to center. Now placing the hands down to the earth. Straighten the legs a little bit. You're going to take your weight into your left leg. And you're going to hook your right knee behind the left knee. And bring your foot in towards the buttock. Keep your weight into that right hand. And then grab hold of the right foot with the left hand. So you've got a bend in your standing leg. Start to twist and open to the side. Looking over your left shoulder. Bring that foot in towards the buttock a little bit more. Open the chest a bit more. One more big breath in. Exhale, look down to front hand. Change sides. So now you're on I'm using spider fingers with my left hand. I'm going to draw my right knee across the left knee across the right knee. I'm going to bring my left foot in towards my buttock and grab hold of it with my right hand. Draw that foot in, and then start to twist to the right, looking over your right shoulder. Big breath in, look down to your front foot. Straighten the legs. Take the feet hip distance apart, or a little bit closer together, your choice. Whatever you use for your Uttanasana, your forward fold. But place the hands alongside the feet. If you need to micro bend or bend a little bit into the knees, then please do so. Belly's landing onto the thighs. Create that connection there. It's almost like you're trying to lock your belly onto the legs. Squeeze and lift Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Then soften into the elbows. So bend into the elbows if they're a bit too long. So draw the elbows in. Draw the head down toward the legs. So you're creating a compression in with the belly onto the thighs, squeezing energetically there. 2 more breaths. Inhale, little half lift, and then step the left foot back. We're coming into Trikonasana. So you're lining up your front foot and your back inner foot, inner heel, inner arch, sorry. Start to bring yourself up into Trikonasana. So starting to open up the chest. Your left hand reaches up to the sky when you're ready, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So tucking the bottom under. Imagine yourself between two planes of glass. You're not dumping down into that right hand. You're going to lift that right hand to your heart center and then reach it towards me. Look up to your top hand. Squeeze the legs towards each other. So lifting into the side body as well. Big breath in. Exhale, look down to your front foot. Have that block ready. As we come into our half moon, our Ardha Chandrasana. So weight comes into that right leg, right hand goes onto the block. Start to lift that left leg up towards hip height, no higher. Flex into the foot, open the chest to the side. Looking up, if you wish to bind, you can bind the foot. Keep the gaze lifted. Then lowering the foot down, transitioning into warrior two. So swindling that left arm overhead. Start to bend into that front leg. Now you might need to widen your feet. Take the feet a little bit wider. Check the alignment. You want the front heel in arch on that central line down the middle of your mat. Reaching the arms away. Fingertip to fingertip. Reach, reach, reach. Sinking deeper into the hips. Look to that front middle finger. Soften the face. Soften the jaw. Soften the gaze. So soft gaze, soft drishti to that middle finger. But fierce inner warrior. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Extended side angle. Reaching the arms away, holding something precious in that right hand. Lifting your gaze up to your top hand. Chest opening. Bringing your hand down if you want to deepen into that right hip. Looking down, coming into humble warrior. So taking the hands behind the back. Begin to lift the arms up. So you're clasping your hands behind you. Taking your right shoulder down towards the right knee. Bringing it's like you're trying to take your right ear to your right inner ankle. Two more breaths. Crown of the head reaching down towards the floor. Then releasing the hands. Down to inside of that right foot. So here's where we do the magic with that flying split. So bring your hands on the, so start to pivot on the back foot. So now you're looking towards the top of the mat. So I'm going to move myself a little bit because of my space here. So we need to hook that right arm strong underneath that right leg and wiggle the right foot forwards a little bit more. You've got a shelf for the leg with that right arm. Going to really bring the left elbow into the side body. Chaturanga those arms. So you're bending into the elbows, starting to lift the legs off the floor. And slowly bring it back down, well done. So just a little bit of a lift. So keeping that connection now with the arm hooked under that right leg. Bring your left foot forwards as we come into our 8 limb pose. So making sure you have that, we'll turn around, you have that shoulder firmly underneath that right arm. Squeeze that leg into the arm, take the hand out to the side. So really connect and squeeze into the upper arm. Start to push into the hands, then you hook the foot, one over the other, squeeze the legs into the upper arm, take the legs out to the side, look forwards. And release down, well done. Cross the legs, roll over onto the knees, take a vinyasa. So You can come straight to downward facing dog or jump the feet back. Exhale, inhale, downward facing dog. One breath in, big breath out. Bend into the knees, step or jump to the top. From here, we're going round to the other side. So I'm going to switch round. You stay where you are. As we take Trikonasana, the other side. So left foot forwards, right foot back. Starting to open the chest to the side. Legs are straight. Open the chest up. Bringing the body as though between two planes of glass. So you have your left hand on the inside, inner calf towards the ankle. Don't go too low down if it means your chest is folding down. You want to keep that chest lifted and open. Bring your hand to the heart center. Reach it forwards. I'm slightly out of breath from those arm balances. That's okay. Really connect with your breath. Use your breath. Deep breath in. Looking down to your front foot. Transitioning into warrior two. So you windmill that right arm overhead. Take the feet a little bit wider if you need to. I need to. Reaching the arms away. Arms parallel to the earth. Sinking into those hips. Looking and checking on that front big toe. Check the knee hasn't gone beyond the ankle. Soften the gaze. Drishti to the front middle finger. A little bit lower. And then extend that side angle. So forearm to thigh. Windmill the right arm overhead. Diagonal the arm to the right leg. So you're 45 degrees to the earth. Look up to your top hand. Open the chest to the side. Maybe bringing the left hand down a little bit lower. From here, taking, I forgot my half moon. Let's go into half moon. So taking your weight into your left foot, stepping your right foot up to that parallel to the earth hip height. Opening up to the side. If you chose to bind the foot on the last side, the other side, open up that knee. Bring the foot in towards the buttock. Keep the chest lifted. Lift the gaze. Slowly lowering the foot. From here, taking your humble warrior. Clasping the hands behind the back. Bend in that front leg. Sending your left your left shoulder down towards your left knee, crown of the head down towards the ground. Imagine your left ear reaching down towards your left inner ankle. And release the hands down onto the inside of the left leg. Turn around onto that. So pivoting onto the back foot, so you're facing the top of your mat. I'm going to move around a little bit. So into the flying splits this side. So we're hooking that left shoulder firmly underneath the left, behind the left leg. So the right arm's coming in close to the right body. It's almost like the elbow is going to tuck a little bit under the body. Minimize that if you can, but if you need to support the side underneath there with that right side elbow, then please do so. So you're reaching the feet away. You can draw that right foot back a little bit to the side. Start to lift the legs. So you've got chaturanga arms. One more breath. And release. Keeping that connection with the left leg over the left shoulder. Bring the right foot forwards. So into the 8 limb this side. So you're creating a shelf for the left leg over the upper left arm. Squeeze that leg into the arm really, really tight. Push into the left hand. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze in with that leg into the arm. So you've got a nice shelf. So make sure you have that shelf. Push into the right hand. Hook that right foot over the left. Squeeze the legs into the arm now. Tilt yourselves forwards a little bit. And slowly release down. Well done. Slowly, slowly we get there. Cross the legs, take your vinyasa. So rolling over onto the knees, jump back if you can, or step back. You can come into downward facing dog, or take down dog via up dog. Your choice. One deep breath in. Sigh the breath out. Bend into the knees, look to the top of the mat. Step jump to the top. Inhale, half lift. Forward fold over the legs. Sweep the arms wide. Lift to the sky. Little back bend. Oh, enjoy that. Then come to standing. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. We did this, I think, on Wednesday. Catch your breath. Standing leg. Left side. Using your strap or peace fingers and thumb, hook those around the right big toe. Strong standing leg, root the big toe into the earth. Extend the right leg. So you're bringing the leg up and you're bringing the head down. Kiss that leg. And then release. Other side. Right leg, standing leg, big toe, root that firmly into the earth. Drishti spot for your gaze. Right hand, right hip. Strap or holding on to your strap around your foot, or the peace fingers around the leg. Lift that left leg up and then bringing the body down towards the leg. Kiss the knee. 2 more breaths. And release. Coming into your eagle pose. 2 options. Foot across the knee. Hands to heart center. Sink into the standing leg. Keeping the chest lifted. Keep the drishti over there on a spot or down to the ground. Or you're wrapping that leg around and doing the opposite bind. So right leg on top means right arm underneath. Left. Bring the hands together. Squeeze the thighs towards each other. Use that strong Ujjayi breath. Squeeze into your bandhas. Lift the arms a little bit more. Switch sides. So choosing that option or the legs and the arms bind option. So remember, left leg on top means left arm goes underneath. Use Ujjayi breath. 2 more breaths. And inhale, release. Step the legs wide. Feet parallel to each other, the outer feet. So you're turning the toes in ever so slightly. So pigeon those toes in. Take your hands to your hips. Big breath in, look up. Exhale, hinging from those hip creases. Folding forwards. Bring the hands underneath. Draw the elbows towards each other. So the hands are lining up with the feet. Just lift and lengthen the spine for 1 breath in. Then exhale, folding down forwards, drawing the head down towards the floor. Maybe bringing the weight into the toes a bit more. If the head comes down to the earth, take your tripod headstand. If not, just keep working to pull the head down more and more down towards the ground. Taking a little half lift. Bringing the hands, clasping the hands behind the back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the arms up to the sky. Big breath in. Grab hold of the big toes if you can reach, or reach towards the big toes. Lift the elbows up to the sky. Two more breaths. Inhale, bring your hands to center. Bring your feet a little bit closer together and they feel they've become a little bit too far apart. Bend into the knees, take your hands to your hips. A little lift, inhaling. Come out of it safely. Now look to the top of your mat. Pivot on the right foot. Step the left foot in a little bit. And take the right foot out. So you now have your feet hip distance apart, hips facing forward. Taking your reverse prayer or clasping opposite elbows, your choice. Open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Big breath in, lift and lengthen. Exhale, folding down over the front leg. Hanumanasana. Pyramid pose. So hips are facing forward. So just push that left hip forwards, right hip back. Squeeze and lift navel to spine. Drishti to that front big toe. One big breath in. Inhale, halfway up. Taking a little flamingo. Planting the hands underneath you. And rotating the hands outwards so the thumbs are facing forwards. So your fingertips are facing towards the back of the mat. Taking your weight into your hands and into that front foot. Start to lift your back foot up towards the buttock. Lower it down. From here, we're going to come into our revolved triangle. Have a block ready for that or for your revolved half moon. So make sure you have your block ready. So taking your revolved triangle. Taking your hand onto the block if that's your option, or taking your hand to the outside of the right foot. Right hand, right hip. Squeeze the thighs now towards each other, hips active, glutes active. Start to squeeze and lift into the belly, revolving the chest, opening the chest to the side. Only if it's available to you, lifting the right arm up to the sky. Imagining your legs are squeezing towards each other. Lift the gaze up to the top hand if that's an option. Then looking down to your front foot, coming into Paripita Ardha Chandrasana, so your revolved half moon. So your left hand onto the block, starting to lift the left leg up to parallel with the earth or hip height, revolving your half moon. So lifting the right hand to the sky, look up to your top hand, flex into that lifted leg. 2 more breaths. Big breath in, look down to your front foot. Switch sides, so bring that left foot forward, right foot back. Have your block ready on the right hand side for the other side. So coming up, send those hips facing forwards, just check they're doing that. Reverse your prayer, or taking opposite elbows. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, take the shoulders away from the ears, and then folding down as you exhale over the left leg. Drishti to the big toe. Squeeze and lift navel to spine. Right hip forwards, left hip back. Inhaling, bringing ourselves into that little flamingo just for a couple of breaths. So sending the fingertips back. They're on spider fingers. So bring your weight into your hands. Balance yourself, bring that right foot in. Just a couple of breaths, have a little bit of fun. Drop the foot down. Taking your revolved triangle. Use your block on the inside of the left foot if you need to. Take your left hand to the hip. or take the right hand to outside of the left foot. Start to spin the chest to the side. Now squeeze the thighs towards each other. The inner thighs active, hips squeeze in, squeeze and lift into the belly. Begin to open the chest up. So this is a balance, so it takes lots of stabilizing in the hips and legs. Look up to top hand, don't forget to breathe. So your arms, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Big breath in. Exhale, look down to your front foot. Take your right hand onto your block, which is slightly to the side, kind of diagonal away from your left foot towards the top of the mat. Weight comes into the left foot. Bring that right foot up, right leg up, foot is flexed. Start to spin the chest to the left. Open the arm, left arm up. Squeeze into the belly. 2 more breaths. And slowly coming down. So from here, standing split. I'm going to go into your right leg first. So standing into your right leg. Take your hands onto the ground. Start to lift the left leg up to the sky. Bring your right hand to your right ankle. Use your left hand as your support, your balancing support. So a little bend into the lifted leg and into the standing leg. Bring your body down over the leg, draw your head down towards the shin, and then re-straighten. Coming down. Over to the other side. So repeat on the other side, or if you want to come into your handstand, then come into your handstand against the wall. So taking that standing split on the other side now. So changing sides, left leg and left hand onto the left ankle and using the right hand for support. If you're coming into your handstand, then just for a few breaths against the wall, but be careful, check your space, and only take handstand if that is in your practice. Coming out for your standing split. And taking a big step back with your left foot. Drop your left knee to the earth. If you need to pad up underneath the knee, then take a cushion or a rolled up towel if you feel you need to soften there. We're coming into lizard. Preparing for hanumanasana. So just stretching into these hips a little bit more. Bring your elbows down to the ground. Keep your back toes tucked. Turn the right foot 45 degrees. So if you can't make it onto the elbows, use a block and press onto a block. It's really nice to have something to ground into with the elbows so you can feel that connection. So working yourself down as far as you can today. Remember, this is your practice. No judgment, no competition. Maybe drawing the head down towards the floor, reaching the arms forwards. That's another option. If you want to, lift the back knee off the earth. Dropping onto that back knee again if you lifted it. Coming into your half split. So extending the right leg straight. Let's fold down over the leg. And then draw the toe towards you. So flex the right foot. And then tick-tock that right foot side to side. So the leg itself is staying static. You're just moving into the foot. Slowly left and right. Just feel that lovely stretch in the hamstring. Right, into those splits. So use your blocks to press into. Just get the block. Take your blocks. If you need to take a cushion underneath the front leg, take a cushion. As I said, it's quite nice to land down onto something to feel that sense of arrival. So you're extending, wiggling the right foot forwards and sliding the left foot back. Now go to where you can. Go there and breathe deeply. So I'm going to start with a cushion under my front leg. Try to keep your body nice and upright. That's why we have the blocks there, so you can push into the hands. And then release the weight down a little bit. So sort of working into incrementally. So push into the hands. Squeeze into the thighs and into the glutes. And then release down a little bit. I'm going to now take my cushion away. So kind of an incremental thing. But keep breathing. You see I've got the pad under my back knee just to soften into my kneecap. Staying here for just a few more breaths. Keeping the body upright. If you feel you want to take a little fold over the front leg, then go for it. If you want to take the blocks away, just feel what it feels like without the blocks. Sinking down a little bit lower. Maybe lifting an arm up to the sky. I'm just going to do the one. And slowly push into the hands, into your blocks. To lift those legs back together. From here, we're going to do something else on this side. Going to come into a pigeon. So you're bending into that front leg. So the right leg's bent. I'm going to prop up underneath my right hip with my block. From here, you can take a strap around the front. Oops, sorry, hooking my mat underneath my legs. You can use a strap around the back foot. Because what we're going to do is just take a nice stretch in that back leg. So coming into a pigeon with the leg bent. So using your straps, using your block. So the block's under the right hip. And you're bringing that left foot in towards the buttock. Taking some nice deep breaths here. And slowly coming up. Now from here, if you want to have a little go at hooking that left foot in the crook of the left arm, reach your right hand overhead and clasp hold of the hand. If that's not available to you, just push into the floor with your hands. Or keep that flexion in the right foot and just work on that twist. And work on stretching into that left quad. Two more breaths. And release. So for me, this is something I'm really working into actively. We're going to go into the other side now. So taking our lizard, left leg forwards, right foot back. Just moving my equipment around. I seem to have dragged everything out of place. So lizard, left leg forwards. Padding up under that right knee if you need to. So have a turnout, 45 degrees on the left foot. Bringing the elbows down. Keep the back toes tucked, ready to lift the knee off if that's what you're going to do. So remember, you can take a block under the elbows. Really breathe deeply here. You can tuck those toes under, as I said, and lift the back knee off. This just works a little bit deeper into the hips. We're no longer dumping our weight, if you can imagine, spreading the load a bit into that knee at the back. If we take the knee off, it means we have to work with gravity a little bit more into the hips themselves. So if you want to reach the arms forwards, bring the crown of the head down towards the floor, hold it here. Drop the back knee. Squeaky mat today because I'm very sweaty. Taking that half split first. So, straightening the front leg, folding over the front leg, flex the foot towards you. So we're just working deeply into the hamstring. Then tick-tock the foot only, so the leg is staying static. So just turning the foot left and right. Just feel a lovely deep stretch into that hamstring. And then in we go, into that hanumanasana. So get your blocks. Get your block. Cushion. Remember, pad up the back knee if you have slightly sore knees. Me, it's arthritis, so I know how you feel if you have that. So finding that landing place for that, the back of the left thigh, if that be a cushion. Use your blocks. Push into your blocks. Body up nice and straight. Breathing deeply. So push into the hands, squeeze into the thighs, and then just imagine releasing. Squeaking on my block here again. So push into the block, squeeze into the thighs. It's kind of like a tense release situation. So now I'm firmly landing onto my cushion, so I have nowhere else to go. So I'm going to take the cushion away. And reach forwards a little bit. Over my front leg. Coming back up. Just lost my back knee cushion. I have to slide that back again. Squeaky mat. Must be a squeaky mat day. Dropping the hands to the floor if you want to. Reaching an arm up to the sky. And slowly push yourselves into those blocks. See where you went to today. Bring that left foot across. Take a block and place that under your left hip. So pigeon, left side. I just find it really useful to prop up that side. Then taking your strap around your left foot. And then coming into your pigeon with the foot coming in towards the buttock. So leaning forwards, stretching into that front of that right quad. So bringing that left foot up as high as is comfortable. Maybe adjust a little bit if you need to. So stay here if this feels good. If it doesn't feel good, come out of it, extend the leg and just do the usual version of pigeon. If you want to have a go at hooking the right foot, so now you've got that strap on the foot, you can hook that foot in the crook of the right arm. Reaching the left hand towards the right, opening up to the side. Breathe deeply. Now you can do this facing forwards, keeping hold of the strap if you want to. So you can do a little variation like this. So that reminds us the standing dances that we did earlier this week. So release from your block, release your straps, put them to the side, and come up to standing. So come into downward facing dog, just for a second. Bend into the knees and step the feet forwards. Roll yourself up to standing. So remember I said have that hook on the strap, loop on the strap for the foot. Going to take the loop around the foot. Standing leg, left leg. So you might have seen me do this, I think, on Wednesday. Going to start to lift. So standing foot really, really strongly earthed. Standing leg really, really strong. Squeeze into that thigh. Start to lift that back leg up. So reaching back with the hands, so the elbows alongside the ears. Lift as high as you can. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release the strap down and switch sides. So a lot going on there, lots of balance, a lot of stretch, a lot of openness in the hip, in the little bit into the back and the front body trying to open, stretching into the arms, so a whole stack of things happening all at once. So be kind to yourself. If this is something you need to hold onto a wall for, then hold onto the wall. Just come up where you feel you can. So openness in the front body. Just hold it here for another couple of breaths. Push into the standing big toe. Three, 2, and 1. Release your strap down with control. Take your loop off your foot and come down to the mat. We've landed onto the mat. Let's take our little twist, seated twist, counter posing. So bring that left foot in, the right foot across. Hook that left arm across the right knee, twisting round to the right. Bring that right arm behind your back, reach towards the left hip, left thigh. Look over your right shoulder with your drishti. Squeeze into the belly. 2 more breaths. To center we come. Switch sides. Then we'll take our cow face pose, Koundinyasana. Just twisting here. Over to the left. Drishti to the left. Squeeze into the belly. Then into Koundinyasana. So knees stack one over the other. If you want to prop yourself up with a block under the buttocks, it just takes a little bit of the strain out of the hips. Take the right hand to the sky and reach it down between the shoulder blades. The left hand reaches up. Now use a strap if you can't. Attach the fingers, clasp the hands together. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Connect with your breath. Nice, deep, steady breaths. Inhale, reaching up. Switch sides. It's quite hot and humid in here. So when you finish today, make sure you drink lots of water to rehydrate. Lift and lengthen. Exhale over that front leg. So yoga is very active in many, many ways. So physical, emotional, spiritual, touches all those areas. So it's not just stretching, it's much more than that. So as we approach these harder poses, these flying splits, the splits, and all of these challenging poses, they really work deeply emotionally as well. So crossing your legs now, walk your hands forwards and fold forwards over the legs. Come onto the spider fingers, so reaching the spider fingers forwards, drop the crown of the head, forehead down, head down to the floor, knees are lifting to the belly. A lovely stretch into the hips here. After all that work we've done, you should feel really, really good there. One more little challenge. So extend your left leg forwards. Gonna hook, again, hooking that leg over our shoulder. Plant the right hand down into the earth. Squeeze that leg into that upper arm. Squeeze it in, squeeze it in, squeeze it in. Then lift the left leg off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Over to the other side. Right leg extends. Hooking that left leg over the left shoulder. Really bring that left arm down around as much as you can. Pushing into the left hand now. Bring the right hand to the floor. Lift the right foot off, point the toe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. We're nearly there. Extend the legs. Hands alongside the body. Back to Dandasana. Straight back. Chin to chest. Into forward fold. So reaching forwards, grab hold of your strap or a block. So get that ready. Reaching the arms up, tilting forwards, 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 forwards. Reaching the hands around the feet or grabbing hold of that strap. Folding down with a straight back so the belly lands onto the thighs. Then the chest, then the head. 5 deep breaths. One deep breath in. Exhale, release. Straddle the legs. Just for 5 breaths. Reach the arms forwards, elbows to the ground, hands, palms facing up. So flexing the feet. And then taking the hands to the feet. Let's take another 5 breaths like this. So really tilting in from those hip creases. If you feel you need to take a block underneath the hips, it might help you reach forwards a little bit more. So use your props, they're there to help. 2 more breaths. Big breath in. Coming up, bring the legs together. Koundinyasana. Again, take a block underneath the hips if that feels good. Lift the hips off, push into the hands, and then bring the groin closer to the feet. Open the feet like the soles of a book, pages of a book, the soles of the feet like pages of a book. So using your elbows maybe just to offer those hips open a little bit more. So leaning forwards with a straight back as much as possible. If you want to drop the elbows down to the floor. Keep the head relaxed, neck relaxed, shoulders relaxed. And then taking the feet a little bit further forward to form a diamond shape. This time rounding through the spine, dropping the head down towards the feet. If you want to, you can slide the arms underneath the legs. Really relax into this one. Wiggle those shoulders down. 5 deep breaths. Big breath in. Exhale, enjoy this space. And slowly coming up. And just briefly taking the legs overhead. So work yourself down onto your backs. And just to roll down nice and slowly. Slowly use your hands as brakes for the body. You've worked hard today. Reaching the legs overhead, Viparita Karani today. So pushing the shoulders, the backs of the arms actively into the floor, palms facing down. Squeeze into the thighs. This is like Dandasana, but in a supta version, a supine laying down version. Flex your feet towards you. Squeeze into the belly. Activate all of those strong abdominal muscles. Close the eyes. Steady the breath. Squeeze all of the muscles in the legs. Squeeze into the glutes. Your legs might be shaking. Then from here, push into your hands. And then very carefully coming into hanumanasana. So taking the legs overhead. Toes touch. And then really flex the toes towards you. Squeeze into the thighs. So lifting the legs away from you. Keep the breaths nice and steady. 5 more. In and out. And then rolling the spine nice and slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Bring the hands a little closer together to come straight into your Matsyasana. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze to the legs, squeeze to the belly. Nice control as you bring the legs down. Bring the elbows closer together. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest. Then push into the elbows to lift the body up. Arching the back a little bit. Drop that head back down. Big belly breath, so feel the belly rise and fall. Open up through the chest. Taking your option, Utthana Padasana if you want, where you take the hands together, pointing to the sky, lifting the legs 45 degrees, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the legs if you've lifted them. Push into the elbows. To lift the head, look to the feet. Arms wide. Bring the feet in towards the buttocks. Window wipe the legs side to side. And then extend the left leg. Hug the right knee into your chest. Then take that left hand across the outside of the right leg and take a little twist over to the side. So dropping the right knee down to the left. Look to your right hand. Inhale to center. Switch sides, so extending the right leg, hug the left knee in. Right hand across the left knee. Left hand extends to the side, palm facing up. Try to keep that left shoulder, left arm glued to the floor, so only twist as far as you can, keeping that shoulder down. Look to your left hand. Lovely stretch down the outer leg. Inhale to center. Bringing your feet so that they're parallel to the earth. Take the outer edges of the feet with the hands. Hug those knees down towards your armpits, taking your happy baby. Maybe taking a little rock with your baby side to side. And then from here, your choice, yogi's choice, extend the legs or have the knees bent with the knees dropping in towards each other. Or if you feel that your hips enjoy the Supta Baddha Konasana, then take the soles of the feet together. If it feels good for you, maybe catch those arms. So reaching the arms overhead, but taking the arms wide. Just feeling the openness in the chest, but only if it feels good for you. If you're in Supta Baddha Konasana, maybe rocking on the hips side to side, and then rolling the head gently from side to side too. Then coming to rest. So find some stillness. Get rid of all the last little wiggles. And arrive into this present moment. Knowing you've nothing to do just for now. Really enjoy this moment of stillness. Just rechecking in with the flow of the breath. Finding that anchor there that's guided you throughout your practice. So the breath comes and goes without us even thinking all day long. Just paying some attention to that for our yoga practice. So just slowing the breath down without really forcing it, just naturally slowing it down. Taking the tension out of the body, so allowing every muscle, tendon and ligament to soften. Softness in the face. So feeling the muscles of the face completely relax. Unwrinkling the skin around the eyes. Unwrinkling the brow. Unfurrowing the forehead. Softness in the jaw, unclenching the jaw. Feeling the volume of the tongue rest heavy in the roof of the mouth. Feeling the eyes rest heavy in their sockets. Feeling the skin of the face widen and soften. Maybe noticing a tiny turn of the corner of the mouth upwards into a gentle smile. Yes. Acknowledging your practice. Acknowledging your time. That precious gift that you've given yourself. Maybe taking this opportunity of stillness to just look back to your intention. Bring that intention back into this present moment. So just re-envision that sankalpa that you set. Picture it into your inner mind's eye. And if you feel you need to, then reaffirm your sankalpa 3 times. Just taking a few more steady breaths here. Just following the flow of the breath, that wave coming in, the wave going out. Gently in, gently out. Slowly wiggling the fingers and toes. If you are in Supta Baddha Konasana, use your hands into the outer legs to bring the knees back together, the legs back together. So don't have any strain, unnecessary force. Extend the legs long, bring the legs together, then reaching the arms overhead, give yourself a lovely stretch along your mat. Stretching your left hand away, left foot, so left side stretches. Right side stretches, so stretch, stretch. And then hugging your knees into your chest. Rolling over gently onto your right side. Curl yourself up into a little ball, just for a moment, keeping the eyes closed if you can. And then pushing into the earth with the left hand to bring yourself back up to a seated position, keeping the eyes closed still or the gaze low. Taking yourself into Sukhasana, if that feels right, or come back to Padmasana. That lotus position. And just notice any change that you feel in your body from when you started your practice an hour and a half ago. Growing your spine tall, shoulders over the hips, crown of the head centered over the pelvis. Bring your hands together into that shape of the lotus flower. The lotus flower, that 1,000 petals. That beautiful flower that grows in muddy waters. So imagine that flower receiving the energy from the cosmos, from the universe, the energy around you, drawing in and your energy emitting out. Beautiful exchange of energy, a life force. Your body, mind and spirit unified together. So feeling yourself in complete harmony with yourself, with your universe, with your environment. And now drawing your hands together, drawing the palms of the hands together, the thumbs, the fingertips to touch. Bringing that to your heart center. And lowering down your third eye, your intuition, towards your heart. Honoring your practice by a single Om. So take a nice deep breath in. The light in me honors the light in you. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. Thank you everyone for your Friday practice. It's a long one, but it brings together all the things we've been doing during the week. Hope you have a wonderful Friday, and I hope to see you soon. Take care of yourself, give yourself lots of love, lots of kindness. So loving words, loving language to yourself and to others. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.